Hi, good afternoon. Today I will be presenting over lymphatic filariasis. My name is Fernanda Cortez Ramirez, and we will begin. So first we have the transmission cycle, and as you can see in this diagram, the disease spreads from person to person by mosquito bites. When a mosquito bites a person who has lymphatic filariasis, microscopic worms circulating in the person's blood enter and infect the mosquito. Once a mosquito is infected, it bites another person. The worms pass from the mosquito through the skin and travel to lymph vessels. And then in the lymph vessels, they grow into adults. An adult worm lives for about 5 to 7 years. And the adult worms mate and release millions of microscopic worms into the blood. And then people with the worms in their blood can give the infection to others through mosquitoes. And what this diagram just shows everything I just explained in steps. So the potential vectors of the disease are these right here. So Culex quinquefasciatus, excuse my pronunciation, is the most common vector in the Americas, and the Aedes and Mansonia are the common vectors in Pacific and Asia. The Anopheles is the most common vector in Africa. Biology of the potential vectors. So the three the three parasites that give the disease is Wucheria bancrofti, Brugia malayi, and Brugia timori. Once again, excuse me if I pronounce them incorrectly. So they inhabit the lymphatic vessels and lymph nodes of a human host and cause lymphatic filariasis. So they infect larvae. The infective larvae are transmitted by infected biting mosquitoes during a blood meal. The larvae migrate to the lymph vessels and lymph nodes where they develop into microfilaria producing adults. Then the adults dwell in lymphatic vessels and lymph nodes where they live for several years. The female worms produce microfilaria which circulate into the blood, and then the microfilaria infect biting mosquitoes. Inside the mosquito, the microfilaria develop in 1 to 2 weeks into infective filariform, which is the third stage of larva. During a subsequent blood meal by the mosquito, the larvae infect the human host. Then they migrate into lymphatic vessels and lymph nodes of the human host where they develop into adults. Moving on, I put 3 pictures of the 3 different roundworms just so you guys can see them. Symptoms and severity of the disease. So long-term damage to the lymph system causes swelling in the legs, arms, and genitalia. So this is also known as lymphedema. This mostly affects the legs, but can also occur in the arms, breast, and genitalia. So most people develop these symptoms years after being infected, and these people will have more bacterial infections in the skin and lymph system. This causes the hardening and thickening of the skin, which is elephantiasis, which is what is shown in these 3 pictures. As you can see, it's obviously a big burden on people that have this, as to why it's very important that they're treated immediately. And so also most cases of lymphatic filariasis have no symptoms, and they won't develop any in the future. So sometimes these people don't know they have the disease unless they are tested. So the status of right now of the disease is just the mapping of disease prevalence prior to MDA led to reclassification of many countries as non-endemic, which is a big step. More than 25 countries have been able to stop MDA due to interruption of transmission, and some appear to have eliminated transmission entirely. 856 million people in 52 countries worldwide remain threatened by lymphatic filariasis and require constant chemotherapy to stop the spread of the infection. And LF affects over 120 million people in 72 countries as of today. And just current research of the disease, Case Western Med School right now, they found that one single cocktail, which is like one mix of 3 pill-based anti-parasite medications, is significantly more effective at killing the disease in people, the worms in people. And this is just important because before they were giving 2 different medications that would do the job, but now this is all in one. And then a new study analyzes the effectiveness of mosquito screening as a tool to gauge parasite presence. And here are my references. Thank you.